As MULN gets more whale holdings and with the Las Vegas event wrapped up, is the stock bullish and should you buy? Keep watching for the next 10 minutes as we take you through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. First up, Blackrock has reported a 233% change in their holding on 14th November, with the average price being $1. And before you get confused, this means that BlackRock purchased shares at a higher price earlier this year, and now they've loaded up on more shares at the current price, bringing the average down to $1, with their total holding at 26.28 million shares. Vanguard has also reported a 77% change, along with Morgan Stanley's 41%, Goldman Sachs 256%, and JP Morgan's 623% change. In our opinion, this is a good sign for the company as it indicates institutional interest and more opportunities in the future, but their PR team not advertising the Texas event has worried us as it gives bears more reasons to bash the company. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for MULN, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and turn it off, we'll get in the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we can see that another short-term bearish trend has started, and as I already told you guys, like a long time back, that I believe that the stock will get back to the 20-cent range, and of course at better buying prices, and it's happening, right? If you ask me what's gonna happen, first up, we'll quickly have to look at the past performance. So of course we look over here. This was probably the day when we made our last analysis, right? We've been having some technical problems, so we were not able to make any videos for the past 2 or 3 days. So anyways, we can see that of course we did get somewhat of an inside candle over here in the green, followed by a larger inside candle on the red. So this right here indicated that selling pressure is increasing. So this probably indicated this fall the next day and this fall that we are getting today as well. But all in all, it's pretty common. If you look over here, we got into a bearish trend, which of course had to get a breather over here, right? Somewhat of a pull up, right? It's the opposite of a pullback, a pull up. So once we got that, right, we were supposed to get this breather in order to go down further and continue the bearish trend that we already had. So of course, as you guys can see, we will get the earnings report as well today. So, that would influence the stock's direction as well. But I don't really have enough data to comment about that. I hope that it turns out positive, right? So it can, kind of benefit the stock in the long term. But right now, if you look at the current situation, as I already told you in my previous videos, I believe that NEO is headed for the 25-cent level. And as you guys can see, we are currently at pretty much just $0.285. So 25 cents is not that away, not that further away, right? I would personally wish for it to get back to these levels so I can buy some more, right? It's kind of greedy, but this is a great acquisition level for the stock, right? If you can buy some shares under the 30-cent range, that's a pretty good price, right? You'll have a much better return as compared to when you'll be buying over the 30-cent level. But of course, not financial advice, considering the fact that MULN is a risky, yet, it's a high risk and extremely high reward bet. Even if the shares were about to go, or rather, they were to go to the level of $3 or $4, that's a straight up, 10x return. And if even we're risking all of our capital, we'd still be good with a 1-to-2 ratio trade, right? So if I invest, let's say, $1,000 into the stock right now at the current prices of even let's say 29 cents, and it goes to zero, well, that's basically $1,000 are gone, right? But in case it goes to 0.29, so that's over here 0.58 somewhat, right? That would give me a 100% return. But if it were to go up to, let's see, 0.29, yeah, pretty much just there. If it was to go up to around the $0.9 range, right, just the 90-cent level, which of course is very much possible considering the fact that we just touched the 60-cent range, we would be in for a 1-to-2 ratio trade. So we'd either lose it all or double it, right? Now, that's a great, I would say, risky yet good opportunity. But of course, considering the fact that it's a penny stock and rather a small company, it's not a very wise to put all of your money into the stock, right? It's not wise to invest in it exactly with a large amount of money. Of course, you can go up to, let's say, even $1 million for that example, right? But anything more than that, you'd probably face liquidity issues. And of course, we don't want that, right? So considering my price action analysis, I believe that the stock should probably continue a bearish trend and go down over here around where it, kind of made this last, what do you call this? A low. Yes. So around here, around this previous low at 25 cents, we should probably head over here and a bit below that as well would do fine because of course we did get some comments from a top analyst that the market will see another 15 to 25% plunge. So if that happens, it would just validate my statement even more. So with that, as I already told you, I'm bearish on the stock short term for my personal reasons, but I would most definitely like to see the stock going up in the times to come. And I won't say very confident, but I'm pretty confident that the stock will eventually go up. And probably, I already gave you guys this target, but I'll just reiterate on it. I believe that it can easily cross the $2 level in the times to come. So, who knows that how long it will take, probably under a year. But of course, their bad PR team is a problem. But to analyze the stock further, of course, we'll have to jump into the 1 hour chart and let's do more of the talking over there. So now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we can already see some bearish signals. First up, of course, we did get a bearish trend over here, right? We made somewhat of a top at 0.3255. And after that, of course, we can see that, we kind of fell down. And ever since then, we've tried to make a lower low, which we, kind of have failed at. So we can see that we made a low around 0.2865 and we made another low around 0.28, just 0.286, right? Pretty much the same level. So we've already, on the pre-market, we've made a low. So that establishes a good bearish trend indication. Now, even if we get, a gap down and a bull run in the first few hours, we probably should not cross the level of, I'd say, even 30 cents, but we probably will cross 30 cents if we were to get a bull trend. So 31 cents would be a good range for that matter. So as long as we don't cross 31 cents, we should be in for a bearish run and of course a better opportunity to buy for those of us who are still, kind of looking to acquire some of the stock. But with that, I don't really think there's much left to analyze in the 1 hour chart. So let's quickly hop on into the 5-minute charts. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we can see that, I've turned on the extended trading hours. So we can see the pre-market data as well over here. In the aftermarket, we can see that we were staying afloat over here on the same levels. But we did end it off around 0.287. After that, we can see that we got a gap down, of course. We did fall down all the way to 28.2 cents. And ever since then, we've recovered a bit, but this might just be the beginning of a bear run, right? In most cases, you can get a good indication of where the stock is headed by just the pre-market. But of course, we can see over here that we made an inside candle on the top, followed by an engulfing red, right? So this pretty much is a reversal pattern, after which, of course, we, hit a lower high, I would say, and just continued a bearish trend with pin bar candles over here. So let me zoom in a bit. Let's just open this. So of course, let me erase these drawings. We can see that we got two pin bars followed by a red massive candle over here. So this was a great short opportunity, right? You could have easily shorted the stock over here when we got this red candle followed by these pin bars, or rather the pin bars followed by this red candle for a stop loss even this high and a target double of that. So that would probably put us around, I would say about around the 30-cent range, right? Or even under that. You could have easily aimed for 29.6 cents as well, since it was pretty much the beginning level, right? The lows that we made over here. So it was pretty much a confirmed reversal around here when we got the pin bar, of course, because these are like really accurate pin bars, right? We can see that it's a perfect illustration of how selling pressure fades away in a market, or rather buying pressure, I'm sorry for that, of how selling pressure enters a market and brings on a bearish trend. After that, we did get two more pin bar candles followed by a massive red candle, right? But then we did get an engulfing candle, which was green. And, it kind of failed, to be honest, right? We did hit a triple bottom around, 29.8 cents pretty much, I would say. After that, of course, we did hit somewhat of a double bottom. Let me get this real quick. Somewhat of a double bottom around 29 cents. And over here as well, we can see that we did get a pin bar on the lower side and it was followed by red candles, right? So likely, we went down, but we got a green pin bar over here on the upside. So this kind of indicated this aftermarket candle that we got on the upside, but then again, it kind of failed since, as you guys can see, currently on the pre-market, we're at 28.5 cents, which should be a good support for the stock. But of course, if we get into a gap down below that, we'll probably have a hard time breaking that resistance, right? So with that, if we analyze the trend, we can see that currently, even on the 5-minute chart, we can see that it's not exactly a specific bearish trend, right? This day just showed some bearish signs. And of course, we did get some over here as well in the pre-market. And before that, we can see that we were pretty much in a bullish phase. And we already covered that, I believe. But this chart over here, for example, shows us that we did get a lot of volatility on Friday, followed by Monday, of course, which saw a lot of selling pressure going from 32 cents to a price of 28.6 cents pretty much. And this, I believe, was just the effect of a natural bearish trend, right? We did get a pullback and it faded away, switching back into the bearish trend. On the short term, of course, we can see that we did get a pullback after this massive sell-off as well. So that's just really natural, right? Over here, of course, if we crossed this high of 32.35 or rather 32.5 cents, I would probably believe that it would be in for a bull run. But since we did not beat that, I'm pretty certain that we're in for a bearish trend, and we'll probably get to better buying opportunities. But of course, as I already told you, I do like MULN as a stock and as a company. I kind of love it, to be honest. But with that, of course, it's my own bias towards buying more stock. That is also why I believe, and rather why I'm pointing out, is the fact that the stock will go down. So of course, remember that this definitely was not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel, Stox 101, for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.